Chrissy needs a second date update, and we're going to help her out. Hi, Chrissy.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Doing great. Thanks for asking. We got your email about Andrew, and we're going to try to take some action and make something happen for you. Why don't you start from the beginning and tell us how you met him?
All right. Well, thank you, guys. I'm so excited to talk to you. I wish it was under better circumstances, but here we are. This has been making me really crazy because I really liked him. I mean, we met online, and we went to dinner, and then we went back to my place, and he didn't stay over, and I didn't sleep with him, but we talked and kind of snuggled on the couch and made out a bit, and I thought we had great chemistry and we got along, and I didn't feel like anything was awkward or weird, and we didn't have any, big differences on the way that we looked at different matters, and our opinions seemed to align, and I don't know, so I can't really imagine what could have gone wrong. I mean, he kissed me before he left and said we would talk later, so I'm just kind of hoping you guys can help me figure out what's going on here.
How long did he hang out at your place?
We were there for a good 2 hours, so I'm just so confused.
Yeah, and you said you kind of snuggled. Were you watching television, or were you talking in between?
Talking in between. We were like listening to music.
Oh, that's the best. Digging tunes, just you.
Sure, just digging tunes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fooling around a little,
Oh, it's a good night, isn't it?
It's a fun Friday night.
Ain't bad. Ain't a bad way to spend a few hours.
Now, you said there weren't any glaring philosophical differences.
No, I mean, there weren't any huge differences. We didn't talk about, like, politics or religion or any of those, like, big no-nos. We didn't even really... When we came back to my place, we weren't really talking about, like, family stuff, but more the type of music that we like to listen to. And he showed me a few things, which is really cool. And I showed him a few of my favorite songs, and just kind of back and forth, just kind of like where we like to hang out. And it just felt very easy.
And then how was it left? When he left your place, were there tentative plans? Did he allude to getting together again?
Yeah, like he kissed me goodbye and said that he would talk to me later. So I guess I was just hoping for something maybe within the next 2 days, and I heard nothing.
All right, well, why don't we take a break? When we come back, we'll call Andrew and see what he thought of Chrissy and his date with her as Second Date Update continues. Chrissy and Andrew connected online before they got together for dinner, and dinner went well enough that she invited him back to her place. They did not hook up, but they spent a little time on the couch, snuggling, made out a little bit. It's another way of putting that.
Necking.
Yeah.
Necking.
Does anybody?
No.
Mashing?
Nobody ever says that anymore.
Oh.
But making out is still, people still say making out, right?
Yeah.
What, are there any other words that are used?
Hooking
Swap and
up.
spit.
Hooking
Smashing
up.
face.
Tonsil hockey.
Sucking face. But overall, there were no awkward moments. There was nothing weird and nothing out of the ordinary.
Nope, everything seemed to go smoothly.
And as he was leaving her place, he's like, hey, this was great. Had a great time. I'll talk to you later. She expected to hear from him, never did. And I imagine you've made attempts to reach out to him.
I texted him once because I didn't want to seem too, crazy by messaging him multiple times.
Right. But we've entered the critical stage now, so we're going to call Andrew ourselves.
Hello?
Hi, Andrew.
Yeah, who's this?
Andrew, it's Jeff and Jenn at Q102. How are you this morning?
No.
Why? That's
about?
not bad. We're just calling to say hi.
Yeah, no. I never heard you guys call anybody to give them good news like that.
Why would it be so terrible if we were calling you for a second date update? What is the worst part about that for you, really?
The worst part about that is if I tell you, then everybody's going to know, like, what a weirdo I am.
What a weirdo you are?
Great.
Yeah.
Hey, self-awareness is the first step, my friend.
I'm here for it. Let's
Awareness
go.
is the first key to learning.
That's right. Come on, we're all weird in our own ways.
Yeah, I mean, I know, but like, it sounds worse than it is, I guess, at this point. But here's the thing. Because he's very nice, like sweet, attractive, everything, all the things.
Yeah.
I liked her. I was attracted to her. We were having a great time. And then I went to her place, and now I know I could just never live with her. I mean, it was just apparent.
Why? You don't like her decor?
She have lots of pictures of naked women eating grapes above the couch.
Yeah. You don't like her artwork?
Well, I mean, we all have our own sense of style. Like, well, let's put it that way. But, when you start to date somebody and you, like, see, like, where they live and you kind of get a feel for how they live and, like, you don't know where it's going to go, but you just sort of, like, know, like, things that get under your skin at this point.
Okay.
And that's not an environment I could thrive in,
Can you give us some examples?
Okay, like this one I think is just basic, but like I don't like to be hot. I sweat real easily.
Oh, yeah.
And her place is like a sauna.
Oh.
Like
She's one of those.
I mean, it was got to be close to 80 degrees in there.
Oh, my God.
Is she in an old apartment? Is it old radiator stuff?
How does she afford it is what I want to know.
Well, sometimes it's all in those old apartments. Sometimes it's covered as part of your rent.
So
Then you can't control
you can
it.
crank it up as high as you want.
I mean, the plants were thriving.
That's funny.
It was. I mean, you guys brought it up. Otherwise, I wouldn't. But like, I don't know how many throw pillows this girl has. Like, more pillows than there could ever be people in this place.
That's funny.
Blankets everywhere. Like, it's already 1,000 degrees. Who needs a blanket? Like, it's the last thing you need.
She might get the chills, and it is
Stop
decorative.
it.
I'm a big fan of the throw blanket.
I also like wearing less clothes because I want to put a blanket on.
Yes. And what happens if you get naked on the couch? You might want the blanket.
You'll leave a sweat mark. I'm telling you, it's too hot. Like, and when you're a guest at someone's place, you can't say anything about that. So I just was like a sweaty mess. Then there's clutter is like how I describe that decor, and it just makes me like nuts. Like, I'm kind of a minimalist.
Right.
I mean, I don't know if that's coming across. That's like with not even like talking about some things that were going on in the kitchen.
Is it pretty bad?
I feel bad enough tearing her apart because like some people are going to be fine with that. That's like.
Right.
Like,
it's just a matter of personal taste. You don't sound like a jerk. I get it.
Yeah. I'm not saying that like it's filthy or like by no means. I'm not trying to like say there's anything wrong with it. I just know that like I can't deal with that.
Got it.
Yeah. I remember one time I went on vacation with my high school best friend, Sally. And at that moment, I was like, I realized I could never live with you because we stayed in the same cruise ship room or whatever. And her stuff was everywhere. And she had like long, dark hair and that was everywhere. And I was like, I'm totally down for being best friends, but I don't think we could ever live together. And we never did.
Yeah.
Buddy of mine got a date with a woman he had been pursuing for a while. She finally agrees to go out with him. Date goes well. They go back to her place. He walks in. He said, honest to God, it was like I went to my grandmother's house. Like just her choice of decor. And she had like the
Antique-y,
Afghans.
like
you talk about
stuff.
throws.
And
but she would have like the
knitted.
old
Yeah.
Afghans and plastic on the furniture.
Oh,
and she's
God.
like, or he was like, wait, are you a 90-year-old woman in a young woman's body?
Yeah, what
Are
is
you a
happening?
witch? Like,
Well, remember that episode of Friends where Ross goes to that girl's house and he's like, you've been robbed. And she's like, no, I just live here. Like, what are you talking about?
yeah, she's a minimalist.
Yeah.
That's funny. Chrissy, could you have ever imagined this would be the issue, which I suppose is good because it's not a cut on you personally.
I have like 4 throw pillows. It's not crazy
like a
by any
thing.
means.
You only have 4 throw pillows?
I mean,
I swear I counted more.
They think it's crazy.
It always feels like more to dudes.
She had like 1 million throw pillows there.
Yeah.
Nothing's wrong with my kitchen either. I had like a few clean dishes that were out. I don't have like, it's no by means dirty. I'm a very clean person.
No. I didn't say you were dirty. And they were clean dishes. They were just sitting there. You washed them like they were clean, but you just didn't put them away. They just left them out there to like collect germs and like dust and whatnot. It was just.
I mean, I left.
I
them
know
to
that
dry.
I'm like particular.
Not for germs. That's funny.
He knew how this was going to come off from the very beginning of the phone call. This is why he didn't want to come on Second Date Update. And this is also why we're not judging him for having different tastes.
Mm-hmm.
I think like you're an amazing person. I just think it would make me nuts, and then you wouldn't think I'm a good person because I'd be constantly trying to change things, and I don't
judging.
think that.
Yeah. Well, listen, I've watched countless episodes of House Hunters. And when you get those couples together where they want two completely different things. She wants something cozy in the suburbs with a certain type of architecture, and he wants to be in the city center, and he's a minimalist.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, these two, I don't know about them.
Yeah. The long game.
Like, it's entertaining television, but yeah, when you look at the long game, I don't have high hopes for them.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Andrew is just seeing this now.
I mean, my friends thought I was just digging for reasons, but like I know myself.
But something also tells me that you are kind of that guy, though, that looks for reasons.
Yeah. It's probably a little bit of both.
Yeah.
You
feel like
probably
he
look
has
for too many reasons.
Does he have a commitment problem, Jeff? What are you thinking?
Oh, I don't know.
And no, I mean, I'm like, I just know how I am and what makes me crazy. And she's too nice. And I wouldn't want someone to have to change just for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
I got
You know, that's why I didn't call you back. So I'm sorry about that. But it is technically clean. It's just not my style.
All right. Well, thank you for taking the call, Andrew.
All right. Well, thanks for hearing me out.
See, Andrew, that wasn't so bad.
No.
See, you've lived through a Second Date Update and you didn't die.
Yeah, but I mean, I just didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. And I know I'm particular. It's not that like think that I'm easy to get along with. I'm not going to change, and I don't think any other people should have to.
It's good that we know this now, right?
It's taking a little bit, but yeah, it's good to know.
All right. Well, we appreciate you. And Chrissy, best of luck to you. Thank you for putting yourself out there.
Of course. Thank you guys for helping.
You bet.
All right. So if you need a little help with the Second Date Update, send us an email, Jeff and Jenn at WKRQ.com.
I do feel like people are pickier than they've ever been before in human history.
You think so? Do you think we need to be trending in the opposite direction to become a little more accepting of other people and decide, that that's not that big of a deal?
Well, I don't know. I guess that's up to you. I mean,
you never settle, Jeff. Never settle for less than what you want.
that's kind of what I think. But
Don't go changing yourself to make someone else happy.
right. But at what point, when does it get to a point where you will end up just being alone forever because no one's ever going to be perfect for you? Like, where is that line?
You got to decide what you can and cannot live with.
Yeah.
Some people can't live with anybody.
I know. I had a moment last night with Kristen. Because she had been gone the last week and a half. She was at the family lake house.
Yeah.
And, I didn't know how to explain this in a way that wouldn't offend
So
or
maybe
make
you should
sense
have
to
just
her.
kept your mouth shut.
No, because she asked me a direct question. But I had said, like, when I saw her, when she got back, it was really good to see her.
Uh-huh.
And I couldn't wait to catch up with her.
Uh-huh.
And I missed her.
Yeah.
That is the legit
How
truth.
long was she gone?
She was gone about a week.
Okay.
And she said, "Oh, you missed me." I said, "I did miss you." And we have a lot to get caught up on.
Uh-huh.
I was excited to sit down and catch up with her.
Yeah.
And she said, "Were you lonely?" And I said, "No."
No.
One doesn't mean the other. Like, you
Right.
can miss someone and not be lonely.
Correct.
Did you tell her that you were eating copious amounts of garlic while she was gone? Entire bulbs? Like,
Garlic and watermelon.
This is why I wasn't lonely. Was because I was just
'Cause I
eating
was
my
so
way
happy.
through
I
the
had
garlic.
me and my watermelon.
Yeah, exactly. I bought a whole watermelon and 5 cloves of garlic, and I just
walking
sat
around the
down.
house naked, scooping watermelon out of the.
God.
It was heaven.
That's funny.
Yeah. So, honey, what's your next month look like?
Right.